Let's go to a few more ICD-10 PCS procedures in your textbook. Let's go to page number 2 and question number 7. The question is arthroscopic partial meniscectomy of left knee. So we start by finding the main term in the index. In this case, it's a common procedure name, which is meniscectomy. So we go by the common procedure name. So we click on M in our bookmark, type in our search box the procedure name, and then click next, and the system finds our main term. Now we need to choose between excision versus resection. As you know, in the medical surgical section, excision means partial removal, resection means total removal. So our case says this was partial meniscectomy, so we choose excision. Click on excision. The system takes us to the main table that we need in the tabular. Now we need to make a choice for the body part, which was the left knee. So D is our character for the body part. The approach in this case was arthroscopic, so we're going to choose percutaneous endoscopic. And the choice here for the device, the table says there's no choice for the device, so the character is Z. And in terms of qualifier, we have a choice between X and Z. We know that this was a therapeutic procedure, so we can't choose X, so we will choose Z for our qualifier. So after we put everything together, the procedure for question number 7 is 0SBD4ZZ. As you can see, everything is set by the first three characters. Then you add up other values that you built from the table. Let's code a bit more complicated procedure so you can see how easy it is to use ICD-10 and PCS. Let's try to code. Let's see. How about question number 17? Let's go to question number 17 and try to code the coronary artery bypass graft, 3 saphenous vein graft with cardiopulmonary bypass. So the first thing we do is finding the main term to use in our index. As you remember, in the ICD-10 and PCS, you had to choose either rule operation, rule procedure type, or common procedure name. In this case, we already have a rule operation bypass, so we're gonna try to find this procedure under the rule operation bypass. We click on letter B in our bookmark, type bypass in our search box, and click next, and the system finds the bypass. Now the choice is between by body system and by body part. Based on definitions of ICD-10 PCS, coronary artery is a body part. So we will try to find coronary artery here in the index. So after I find the coronary artery, we need to make a choice between the number of sites. We know in our case that was 3 sites with 3 saphenous vein grafts. So we click on 3 sites, and the system takes us in the table that we need to make a choice for character number 4. We already know that the choice will be 3 sites, but as you can see, there are multiple choices in different rows. So everything will depend then on what the approach was taken. So we know for sure this was not a percutaneous procedure. So this approach for this procedure was open. So that means we choosing between these 2 rows, open, open, and we have the same choice here. Now we're gonna go to the next columns. So now we need to make a choice based on device. We know that this patient received 3 saphenous vein grafts. That's autologous vein tissue. So in this case, we're gonna use a row number 1 then. So our choice is 9 for the device. Now our only choice for the qualifier should come from here, and we know that this was aortocoronary bypass, so our qualifier is W for this. Also, you can see in this procedure that they did a cardiopulmonary bypass. What this means is they hook up the patient on this heart-lung machine that takes over the entire function of the heart and lungs as the patient undergoes the CABG procedure. So the way we're gonna do this, we're gonna also code this procedure using the same approach here. So we go back to our index, and to code this procedure, though, we're not gonna use the bypass as our raw operation, because this is actually a procedure that comes from a different section, which is extracorporeal section. So the way we're gonna look up this procedure, we're gonna click on the E in our bookmark, type extracorporeal, put in our search box, and click next, and the system finds the procedure that we need, but we have to choose between assistance and performance. So let's click next to get the main term for that. So we have to choose between assistance, performance, and restoration. In our case, it's performance because once they hook up the patient on a heart-lung machine, it takes over all the function of the heart and lung. So we put performance in our search box for the index. Obviously, we need to click on a P in our bookmark so the system finds the main term faster, and the system here finds the main term that we need. It's performance by function. We know that our case was output cardiac, so we click on these characters. The system takes us to the table that we need. So we need to make a choice here between our body system. We know for sure this was cardiac, and now as you can see, the fifth character has a different name already, and even the body system in the medical surgical section is character number 2, but in this section it's character number 4. So let's make a choice for the duration for this procedure, for this performance, which was continuous during the procedure. So the choice here we used in row number 3 already. So we're right here. Now we need to make a choice between function, which is the 6th character in this case, output versus pacing. In our case, this was output. And now we need to make a choice of a qualifier for this performance procedure, operation procedure. So the qualifier based on the row 3 that we have, there is no qualifier for this. So after I put everything together for this, our code for cardiopulmonary bypass should be 5A1221Z.